Ed, that's the problem. Yeah? Dunning-Kruger, you don't realise just how stupid you are while you're telling us that we don't know anything. We asked you a question, what's a recipe? And you literally are so dumb that you cannot give us an answer to that very simple question, what's a recipe? You're stupid. Like Josh.
Okay. Ask me right now.
What scientific evidence? What is it?
What scientific evidence do we have?
Don't ask me the same question. Don't ask me it. Answer it,
I
dumbass.
was asking you.
Maybe this will help Jazz.
Jazz, listen.
Yeah, this might help Jazz out a little bit, because I've just been having a word with Wolfie, right? And he set out a challenge for the equinox and so on. And I said to him, well, Wolfie, if you can prove we live on a rotating globe, I will buy you. So obviously his offer is to buy us the new P100 if we can give him any evidence. But I said to him, look, if you can prove we live on a rotating globe, I will buy you 2 P1000s as soon as they're available. I will pay for you for your trip to England, put you up in a 5-star hotel for 2 weeks, lavish you with gifts for the 2 weeks that you're here. All you have to do is show us we live on a rotating globe. So he's replied, he's like, wow, Spurs schema, I already have multiple times on this channel. You need to break free from your curve blindness and disinformation bias that's keeping you prisoner in a 2-dimensional thought process. So I was like, you already have. How about, you debate someone, discuss it with someone in an honest and genuine way. You make video after video, just trying to fool people, right? You're not discussing what you're doing. He's like, wow, are you kidding me? A debate. There's nothing is achieved, something like this. So he's like, show me one flat earther who knows how to navigate precisely around the Earth. You can't. So again, I ask him for science, and he talks about navigation. He says, show me one flat earther who can complete my flight plan. So he has a particular flight plan that we must follow. He says, you can't. Again, this is not science. When you find one that can do both, I'll debate him. Don't you get it, mate? I am an international pilot who has flown around the Earth dozens of times. I calculate flight plans using raw math that none of you guys could understand it if your lives depended on it. Sorry, he's apologetic, which is fine, but that's the truth. None of you are worthy of debating. So I was like, okay, fine. I was like, well, just show me the scientific proof of your globe. I want to see it. I said, which video? Timestamp. I was like, where is this science you speak of? So obviously there was in between messages. So he said, he'll make it easy for me. So this is his idea of science, I suppose. So he's saying, take this formula. So Anthony, Ranty, have a look at this if you can, because formulas may be something that you may be able to work with. Take any 2 locations on Earth where this formula does not calculate an accurate distance. You can't. He's saying this formula computes distance for a ball of 6,000, the radius. So again, he's assuming R, okay? It matches the real world, okay? So basically, he's saying that we have to, this is the scientific method that we have to follow in order to prove either or. So again, it seems we're going all over the place, asking people for science. You're asking people on the panel for science, and it's the one thing that they avoid, the one thing that they refuse to give us. So,
so let me get this straight, Spurs. So you've asked Wolfie, just scroll back down again to that comment, if you don't mind, Spurs. So you've asked Wolfie for, in quotes, scientific evidence, and his reply to you is to give you a begging the question fallacy where he presupposes the outcome and says, go and measure this distance on a sphere Earth with a radius of this value. He's already got a sphere Earth, right? He's already got a radius.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. This is why I had to jump in, because this guy was confusing these ballers, they really don't know what science is. I was discussing this yesterday with a few ballers, and they just don't know what science is. Like you would say,
have to interject there, because Wolfie6020 is a pilot and he knows what he's talking about.
Really, he doesn't understand, like you, Jazz, what scientific evidence is. He's been asked for it, and he's presupposed his outcome and given a radius. So when asked for scientific evidence of a radius, he's just given a number. He already knows the radius. He's got a number for it. That's called a presupposition.
Nathan, do you know what orbital mechanics is?
Sorry, orbital mechanics would require an R value for things to orbit around, wouldn't it, Jazz?
Exactly. So
right. So do you have scientific evidence for the R value used in orbital mechanics, Jazz? What's your scientific evidence for the R?
So things...
Don't ask me anything, you absolute retard! I've asked you what your scientific evidence is for the R value used in orbital mechanics. What is it?
Nathan, listen.
Don't laugh! Right? This is the problem with you globehead assholes. None of you understand that you have a presupposed R value and it is in no way scientifically valid. It's just a presupposition. You idiot! You're as stupid as Josh and Wolfie is as stupid as you. If you're watching this, Wolfie, you are an idiot. You've been asked for scientific evidence and you clearly do not understand what that means because you have presupposed a radius value rather than actually providing scientific evidence as asked by Spurs. So, Wolfie, I call you out. You're an idiot, Wolfie. You clearly don't understand what science is. Or you wouldn't have given the answer you do. Wolfie is as stupid as these two, Josh and Jazz. This is your level of intelligence, Wolfie. You don't understand what science is when asked a clear, distinct, quoted, so you've presumably been asked it before. Science, that's what you've been asked for and you can't give it because you don't understand it. You think because you're a pilot that you can tell us what we don't understand, you absolute arrogant buffoon, when you don't understand science. So, like Jazz, obviously, Wolfie is mentally retarded.
Holy fuck.
Don't swear on my panel. Get off.
Fuck you, you fucking weirdo.
Oops, I've just kicked Was.
Sorry.
By mistake. Sorry, Was. I clicked the wrong icon, mate.
Yeah, so I think there seems to be a huge. I'm baffled at this now. How much confusion there is with people about what science actually is. I think Nathan, you're teaching people. I don't know, John, and that what science actually is. A lot of people like Jazz. He has no idea what actual science is. But for me, this is amazing. I asked Wolfie to give me a timestamp because he said. He already has proven it scientifically. Okay, so having heard the discussion, he said he already has, and I was like, well, where you already have? Where is this video? Give me the link. I want to see it. He said, oh, he'll make it easy for me. So this is his version of making it easy for me. I must test this formula. His formula, which he presupposes, Nathan's already said. So I was going to ask Jazza anyway. How did he come up with this number?
That's all right. I'll swap out with Jazza. Sorry, I just want to say hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I got back in. So different computer, different thing. I got kicked in the brick for some reason.
No, it wasn't me.
I don't know.
All right, cool. That's cool.
So So basically, I just wanted to say that Wolfie set out a challenge, a ridiculous challenge. I mean, I think Flat Earthers should be going to this video and saying, look, we'll give you 2, 3, 4 P100s, however many you need, whatever you need to prove scientifically that we live on a globe. Okay, so he's offering
Hey, Spurs, what do you think scientifically means?
Well,
you'd have to prove it. You'd have to demonstrate. There's a method that you must follow. Right, you can't presuppose things. You'd have to notice or find a phenomena. I think this is where the problem is the ballers, they don't see the phenomena and they jump straight to the assumptions and it should be like this and this. So if there's a claim, is that Ruhif? Yeah, if there's a claim, right? That claim, I mean, I understand you'd make that claim because there was something that you cannot work out self-evidently, right? It's self-evident, but you're saying, well, whoa, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't seem right. But this must be because of this. So I'm going to explain it scientifically, like without a doubt, proof without a doubt, right? A lot of you guys, you want to presuppose things. Well, if we make this, then maybe we can make that. We don't like that at all.
But Spurs, do you not get that what you just said then, presupposing something is what your independent variable is? As if you change something,
What's an independent variable? What are the two criteria, Josh, that qualify for something to be an independent variable?
I don't